Thanks for joining. We are inside day number 4, and today's agenda is to understand the SD-WAN device basic configuration, and then I will walk you through the vManage new dashboard. Time to time, Cisco had changes the dashboard. So if you go and check the older version of vManage, now the newer version of vManage, you'll find that the dashboard that we have now with the 20.x image within the vManage, it's very much like DNA Center. In DNA Center also you have such type of feeling that you have such type of dashboard and all. Even if you go and check ICE 3.x, so their dashboard is also like logically also it's like very much similar, where Cisco has tried to group the things within dashboard. You'll find the dashboard. That's the thing. So here in the vManage, you'll find the dashboard within dashboard, and even DNA also you have such type of dashboard within the dashboard. Although the DNA dashboard is matchless, means so far I haven't seen any vendor, any technology which has such type of dashboard that DNA has. So DNA is really nice in terms of dashboard and capability and features as well. Although it has bugs, so it is not clicking in the market. Maybe upcoming days, 6 months, 1 year, 2 year, it will be one of the nice product in the market. Now let's come back to vManage and the SD-WAN. So first of all, we'll go and understand the basic configuration related to SD-WAN. Now, when we are talking about basic configuration, question to everyone. Do I have any empty slide here? Okay, question to everyone. Tell me this thing, that how many VPNs we have? What type of VPNs we have in SD-WAN? Anyone can answer.
Three.
We have 3 types of VPN. Great. And what are the types?
You have the transport, which is VPN 0.
Service 121.511.
And then?
And then
manager 512.
correct. Yep.
Service VPN. Someone install service VPN. VPN 12511. And then
Out-of-band management.
management VPN, right? MGM.
Yep.
That's 512.
VPN.
Yep. Nice.
512, right? And these VPNs are nothing but behind the scene, these VPNs are VRF, right? Correct?
Correct.
I will show
Correct.
you that how Cisco CSR. So we have this VEdge routers and C edge routers. Like in terms of lab, we have CSR 1000V in lab, having image iOS exit. So there I will log in and I'll show you that interfaces that we are putting inside VPN 0 in case of VEdge. You will see that within the C edge, we are putting inside the VRF, VRF10, VRF20, VRF30, etc., etc. So when I'll go to the configuration, I will show you that configuration. Right now, the second question here is this: that do we have only 500 VRF or VPN? You can answer. I haven't answered this, but you can take your logic.
No, I don't think we do.
Yeah, we have more, right?
Yes.
So as number says, that number of VRF that we can create in Cisco devices may be 65,000, some 35. These many VRFs you can create, or VPNs you can create. Now, someone has asked this to the vendor that, okay, these many VRF can device support? So answer is no, because then they will ask you that why you need 65,000 VRF. Right, so we don't need actually 65,000 VRF, and you will see in any of the network that you are working in your company enterprise network, you'll find that hardly they are using 3 to 4 or 5, maximum 5 VRF or VPN. So one is for corporate, one is for some PCI, one is for IoT, maybe one is for contractor, one is for guest. So like that, 4, 5, 6, not more than that. So even this is also good amount of VPN or VRF that we have. We're not going to cross this number. But if it is a big ISP, it has so many customers, and then you are using SD-WAN, then it may cross the limit, right? Great. So the key component. So now today we are going to discuss the key components that we have in the configuration, correct? Now, if you go to Cisco device and if you type show run, running configuration, what output you will get? It will tell you the host name, right? Host name, then you may have some AAA configuration, then you may have some other certificate and other interface configuration, not interface, other configuration. Then it will start with some interface loopback 0 up to all the interface configurations. Then it will tell you about SNMP configuration, then if you have any ACLs, right? Then any QoS and all. Like that, it will tell you. Go to the Cisco device or switch, router or switch, type show run, you'll get such type of output. Correct? Now the question here is this, that do we have any issue with such type of output? What do you think? It's fine, right? No problem. So as per your understanding, what you're thinking, that what type of issue we have with such type of configuration?
Repeat the
You,
question.
yeah, the question is very simple, that when we are typing show run to the Cisco devices and then we are getting 500 lines of configurations, hostname, AAA, interface, SNMP, QoS, etc., etc. So do we have any problem with such type of configuration? What do you think? What is the drawback with this configuration? Any drawback?
No, it's just showing you what's configured on the device. That's all.
Normal router switches, yeah.
Yeah.
That's correct. Technically, there is no problem, but in terms of drawback, you can say that these configurations that we have in the normal routers and switches, they are not structured properly. Or in other words, you can say that these configurations that we have, they are not grouped properly. Now, why this grouping is important? Why we need configuration in a group? Now, group in terms of, like, you think like this. In Cisco also, we are going to config T mode, like global configuration mode, correct? And then over the global config, we are putting some global configuration like AAA, then group of SNMP server command or SNMP commands, then banner commands. So there also, isn't right that there also we have group, but it's not exactly defined where is that group. AAA configuration will come first or SNMP will come first, and etc. etc. So grouping of the commands, we don't have that proper category that we have the grouping of commands. You got my point? Everything it will tell you. Now, if you group them in a small category, then what is the benefit? Now, benefit is this, that then your configuration will become modular. Now, what does it mean by modular? Why we need some modular configuration? Modular means if you see any programming language, C or C++, maybe C++ type of language, it's like modular means there you have to go and define the objects, right? And object 1, object 2, object 3, object 4, 5C, or we can, another term you can say that you can go and define functions, function 1, function 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, etc. And then everything will be called inside some main function. Correct. So think these functions as a grouping of instructions or grouping. And likewise, you will see here that we have grouping in Viptela vManage or Cisco SD-WAN, that yes, we can go and create one function called OMP, Overlay Management Protocol, BGP, VPN 0, VPN 1, SNMP, etc., etc. So the benefit we have if we do like this, the first benefit we have is this, that we are doing a standardization of configuration. And if we are creating groups, if we are creating modules on SD-WAN term, this is nothing but the template. So if we are creating the templates, that means that template can be reused. So we have the reusability of the configuration that we have in any new SDN product. Now, how this reusability will come into the picture? What is the idea? So idea exactly have taken from the programming languages. Any function, if you want to edit, you can edit that function. And if you want to execute, suppose I want to execute only function 1. So I have this option that print function 1 or give result only function 1. I will not get the result for function 2, 3, 4. Like that, I can write the code or program. Here also you have, maybe you have 2000 devices. Think like this, and you will see later on in our lab that I have one data center and 4 branch, right? In all the data center and these branches, my management VPN 512 and my management interface inside VPN 512, I will create only 2 template. And all those, maybe I have 10, 20 devices in my small lab. I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yeah, less than 10 devices I have in my lab. So in all those devices, we'll go and use only these 2 templates. So I'll go and create only 2 templates, and irrespective of number of devices, in large enterprise, if they have 4,000 devices. So in these 4,000 devices, we are using only 2 templates. You think like this, how good, how efficient this is, how standardized this is. So you somehow with the team of solution architect and others, they have developed only 2 small template. One is for VPN 512 and one template they have developed for interface 512, and with some internal ITL process and other process, these 2 configuration has been approved. Okay, we are going to use these 2 for all the 2000 devices. Now you may think that, okay, all the 2000 devices, our management IP is different. That's right. In these templates, you can go and create variables as well. If you go one step behind to this variable, these variables are termed as a placeholders. So you can go and create some placeholders, or make this easy. These are the variable based templates. So for all the device, whenever you'll go and push this template to that device, it will ask you, what is your interface name? What is your interface IP? What is your interface name? What is your interface IP? Because rest of the configuration within these templates, we have common. So if you have common configuration, correct, such as SNMP configuration, such as AAA configuration, such as logging configuration, such as line VTY configuration, etc., etc. If you have set of common configuration, then those common configuration we will put inside a template, and that template will be common to all the 2000, 4000 devices. So you can see that the overhead of managing the running configuration of all the devices got decreased drastically. Like complexity will decrease like this, exponential decrease in the complexity to manage the security policies, to manage the standardization for those configuration and all. Okay, you got this point?
Yeah, that's true. It's just coming from a legacy network mindset. It takes getting used to, but you're right. That makes sense.
All right. So now if we go to Viptela devices, edge devices, so now we have the modules, like the running configuration is divided into small templates. Those templates are termed as a feature template, FT. And if you group all these templates within a big giant container, that will become your device feature
And
template. So you have template related to AAA, you have template related to, so here also you will find that you have something called system wide configuration. System wide means I told you earlier that host number, sorry, not host number, host name, SIP, system IP, site ID, then you have this organization name, and then you have vBond IP. So some configuration will be global to the box, and then you have VPN 0, and then you have VPN 0 interfaces. Likewise, you have VPN 512. And then when I log into the dashboard, I will show you that a list is long. They will give you, oh, you want to use BGP template? You want to use AAA template? You want to use this template? I have that pre-built configuration, some default configuration. If you want, you can use it. So if I go here and if you go to the dashboard, within the dashboard itself, you will find that this is the menu tab, and here in the configuration you'll find somewhere templates. Once you go inside the templates, you can see again it is grouped: configuration group, feature profile, device template, feature template. For example, if I go to feature templates, and here if you click add template, it will ask you that which particular device model you want to write your configuration. So for example, VeloCloud, then it will offer you, you have some basic information. You want to create AAA, archive configuration, BFT, NTP, OMP, security, system, VPN, some secure internet gateway, bridge, Ethernet interfaces, GRE, PPP, NAT, banner, BGP, bridge, IGMP, etc., etc. You can see it will offer you these feature templates. So for example, if you go and click AAA, so then it will offer you, you should go and give the name and description. At the moment, I'll give anything. So then it will offer you that I have some pre-configs, some default configs. But if you are sure, if you want that your order is local radius tachicus, or you want some other order like tachicus will come first and the radius will come second, you can change the order. What is the authentication fallback? You want authentication fallback, by default is off, you can make on. Admin device netconf logs disable, means it will come with all the default setting. But if you know the information, you can go add the user information. If you know the radius server, you can go add new radius information with the port. For example, I give any random number IP here. Then if you want, if you know the tachicus information, you can go and add the tachicus information. Like that, it will offer you these templates. If you are sure, then you can go and do the configuration related to authorization. So authentication, authorization, accounting, that's AAA. Then local database, radius, if any external integration with radius server or integration with ICE. So you can go and provide these information, but this is something like one-time effort. Once it is discussed that, okay, you are going to use such type of setup in site ID or branch 1 to 20. So you can go and use this AAA configuration is from site 10 to site 40, right? So this configuration, site 41 to 61, other configuration, etc., etc. Okay, you can save it. And now if you go and search here what template we have created. So today we have created this template, which is type AAA, VH, global, etc., etc. Okay, so likewise we have the grouping of the configuration. So it will be grouped, and obviously slowly we'll understand more and more about this thing. So far, if you have any question, you can ask. All right. So you can see here, I'll come back to this VPN 0 and all. I should have some slides just to show you that grouping. Yeah, so these slides. I'll come back and I'll show you later on what does it mean by default, global, and devices specific when we'll do the lab. Don't worry about that. But what I was telling, that even vManage itself, you can go and create two types of template. This is for SD-WAN. You can go and create CLI template with variable. You can create variables as well. Later on in the lab, I will show you that. And then you can go and define different features and club those features inside the device feature template, and you can create that as well. Right. So this is the small overview, theoretical overview about the configuring the VS devices. Obviously, when we'll do the lab, then it will become more and more visible. You will understand more and more that how we can go and utilize these small feature templates to create the device configuration, right? All right. So let's move on. Now, what we have to do? Now you can go and zoom in to the configuration. So what type of configuration? This slide is perfect. So device configuration is very much like this, that you have some system-wide configuration, you have some VPN 0 configuration, you have service VPN configuration, you have management, you have local policy, you have some other local configuration as well, like BGP, SNMP, OSP, etc., etc. So grouping of all these things will make one device configuration. Okay, and in the lab it will be clear. Now, what you have to do next, that, oh, can you tell me that more about the VPN 0 configuration? So for that, yes, why not? So for that, I have one specific slide, but again, you will understand this terminologies more when we'll go and create our template. So here you can see that VPN 0 is one hierarchy. Inside that, we can go and define the VPN 0 interface, and then we can define the tunnel interface. Now, this tunnel interface is very important because if you see Cisco, if you compare with DMVPN, so DMVPN also we are creating over the tunnel, some tunnel 0, tunnel 1, etc., etc. And inside that tunnel, we are putting some IPsec configuration. Tunnel source and destination will be different. It will be glued with maybe some physical interfaces over the tunnel. Also, we can provide some routing intelligence and all. Likewise, it's very much similar like we have, but inside SD-WAN, there are some extra features. Those features are not there in DMVPN. And the other very important thing here is this, that this is very much like optimized. It is optimized that anyone can understand. Even someone don't know IPsec, how it is working behind the scene, they can go and configure this. I told you earlier that once you go bring up the control plane, bring up the data plane, automatically, suppose I have VH4 VH devices. These are all VH devices, for example. Automatically, they will go and form full mesh IPsec tunnel in between them. No need to do anything. Later on, with help of vSmart, you can create some policies and you can alter or you can change the data path. But by default, at the moment you bring up the fabric, they will form the full mesh IPsec tunnel. So suppose if a company, they do not have very high level engineers, they are deploying the SD-WAN. with help of maybe Cisco or any third-party vendor. At the moment they will go and do all this configuration, no need to do anything. It will be up and working. Okay. Now, if we study more about these tunnels and their features, so you can see that it is hierarchical. So you have to go to VPN 0 level, define the interface. Over the interface, you have to go and create the tunnel interface. And then inside the tunnel interface, this is the configuration. This configuration is also very much like tunnel specific. So for any tunnel, you are defining what is the hello timer, dead timer, hold down timer. What is the max control connection? These are actually, very interesting things, and you will understand slowly, more and more you will study, more and more you will understand. Whenever control thing is coming into the picture, you think control as a VS Smart. So suppose I have one VEdge device here and I have two circuits, MPLS or internet, and then VS Smart. At the moment, we are thinking only about the control connection. So this, oops, I want to change that. Let me take this black. It's not taking black color. Wow. No problem. So at the moment you think like this, you have control connection is like this, right? And suppose I have one more ISP, maybe some LT. So over VPN 0, at the moment, how many control connections we have? Total 3, right? DTLS or TLS connection. But if you go and use this command max control connection 2, so over that particular VPN 0, over that particular interface, it will form only 2 control connection. These are nothing but the optimizations, and these optimizations you will understand more and more in the upcoming session. Then you can see the tunnel interface. You have to define the color, the encapsulation, allow services. Bind is again the bind with the interface. Carrier is maybe carrier is what service provider is there. Most of the things will be default. You are not changing it, but if you want, if you have any issue, you want to optimize, you can go and use the optimizations. Then in the bottom you can see vManage connection preference. This is again something that I will tell you at the moment, but the chances is this that in long run you may forget this concept. But no problem. No one is asking this in an interview as well. I don't know why. This is one of the thing everyone should ask in interview as well, because this is one of the nice feature we have. Okay, so what is happening in the Viptela fabric? I'll tell you this thing, and later on we'll verify this, and later on we can go and change this behavior as well. So suppose I have VS device 1 here, and you have MPLS and you have internet connection, for example, and then you have vManage. Now, if you go to that device, if you do show control connection, you will see that they are forming the control connection over MPLS or maybe internet. It will show you only one connection. Now, tomorrow, suppose if company, they want to take this decision that all vManage connection that we have, it should use internet connection. It should not use MPLS connection to reach out to vManage, or any other circuit that you have to reach out to vManage. How it will happen? So for that, this vManage connection preference will come into the picture. By default, the weight is 5. So these connection, if you go and make this greater than 5, for example, 6, 7, or 8, and then you will tell vManage connection preference number is 8. Suppose this particular color is, let me change the color itself. This particular thing is public internet. Color is public internet. And over public internet, your weight is 6. So you will see that this link will be preferred to build the vManage connection. Now you can ask follow-up question is this that, oh, suppose if this link is down, then if this link is down, then automatically the connection vManage will form from the MPLS side. Okay, so at the moment this information is quite a big, but don't worry, we'll start our lab and you will start understanding all these things. All right, so many things we are studying, and chances are that you will start losing those concepts and all. So I'll request you to watch the video at least 2 times and make your own note in your notebook, because these are very important concepts that we are discussing here. So whenever you watch this video, you please make the notes, and next time you just watch the video and in front of your notes. So next time you don't have to make any notes. All right, let's move on and check the second part, that is vManage dashboard. So if you go and log into the vManage first time, how that dashboard will look like. Now we have different versions of dashboard, and maybe your dashboard will not look like this because this is running 20.8, one of the latest we have. Maybe you will get 20.3 or maybe 18.3, 19.3. Those dashboard are a little bit different, but the menu is almost same. So if you go and click here, this is the menu. In the menu for all the dashboard, you'll find monitor, configuration, tools, maintenance, administration, vAnalytics. Workflow is something new that Cisco has added. And I think they have added just for integration that we have with the not SD access, SD AVC is different thing. So Cisco is keep adding new features, new features, new features, new feature all the time. What are the new features is whatever new features we have, what are topmost features we have is we should know about certificates. Network design is just you can go and create the topology, create a network design. You can go and create that. It's actually add the circuits, like you can go and use it. So busy internet, if I have finished, so one circuit will come, then again I'll go and add one more circuit. Private, I should define private and public as well. Add new, this time it's private. Private is MPLS or something. So if you scroll a little bit down, you'll get somewhere MPLS or something, green, blue, whatever. Let me go and use the MPLS. Where are you? Both private, should not be private, it should be public internet. But anyways, I'm just showing you that. So now you have defined the circuits, then you can go and add the devices, the data center name, profile, etc., etc. All sort of things you can go attach, and you can create nice topology here. So that is one of the things Cisco has added here, that we can go and create the network design. But operation wise, know about how certificates is working. Most of the time we are going to spend within this template policies. If someone is doing something called SD-WAN SecOps, security operations, then he has to spend time here. If someone is doing unified, someone is voice engineer and he is doing integration IOSXE routers with some unified unified express or some sort of VoIP services, then you have to go and use this particular section. Then we have all sort of cloud integration, either it's software as a service. Initially, it was termed as a Cloud Express, or it's a SaaS application like Office 365, so many Google services and Salesforce, etc., etc. So you have to go and use the service from here. If you are installing your edge devices over AWS or GCP or Azure, then you have to go and use infra as a service. If you are managing multiple clouds from your SD-WAN, you have to go and use this multi-cloud option. And if you have this on-ramp in co-location, then you can go and use this feature. These features you will see mostly this multi-cloud. I think maybe 6 months back, Cisco has added, and then they are adding more and more cloud providers. So initially they have added only, I think AWS, then they added Azure, and now you can see this. I think they have added almost all the clouds nowadays. Let's see, all these three they have added. So if you are using infra as a service, these things are actually very easy. From my side, I should have template related to that. Those devices which we are going to deploy over the cloud. So from here you can manage the configuration from the vManage, and you can create the policies as well for those devices hosted over the cloud infra. Right. Monitor is a nice place where you can go and check the overview, device, tunnel, security, VPN, multi-cloud, and some cloud connectors are there. I think this is something software defined application visibility control or something. We can check on this, but some new features are there. Then tools is there that you can SSH the device from here itself, from the vManage itself. You can rediscover the devices. Sometimes it is happening that device is not syncing and all. So you can use this feature rediscover, and then push the template. Some operational commands are there like reboot the device, shut down, no shutdown, etc. Template migration is there. Maybe sometimes VH to CS you are migrating, then VH configuration style is different, CS is different. You can use this option. Some network path inside is there. On-demand troubleshooting is there. Is something like again Cisco has added new thing in 20.8. Maybe you will not see all these things. DPI, deep packet inspection, last 1 hour. And if you are using these services for first time, then you please check the document, and if it is some intrusive services are there, then you can check the tag as well, Cisco tag. They will provide you some more guideline, because again these are the new things, tag management and all that is there in 20 dot maybe 6 7 they have introduced. Then maintenance, again this belongs to operation. If you want to upgrade or downgrade the software, reboot the device. So I told you that operation command is reboot. Actually, it's not for reboot. It is for shut, no shut. So if I go here to CH, click this three dots, generate the show tech or admin tech, view them, reset interface, request port hop, reset locked user, invalid device, etc., etc. So some operational command we can go and use. From there, then you have the maintenance for software upgrade, downgrade, and security devices, images as well if you have any. CSR devices where we can go and install security containers and images. You can see this virtual image. So those CSR devices can work as a firewall, as a IPS, IDS, as a UR filters, and so long. It's all the features that we have in the advanced firewall, and you can see on the top as well. Application firewall, intrusion prevention, URL filtering, malware protection, and integration with DNS, Cisco umbrella. All these capabilities you have in these ISR containers. You need to install one virtual image. And once you have the virtual image installed, then you can start the security services over the devices. Then you have this administration tab where you can go and check you can create the users here. You can do the cluster management. We know this thing that vManage, we can glue with a vManage cluster. So if you go to cluster management, it will ask you what is the other vManage IP you want to make a cluster with. Then integration management is still, this is in progress. I think this is that you can go and integrate with ACI or DNA, etc. So it will tell you that what controller name and the partner ID and all. And behind the scene, these needs to enable some sort of API. So for example, if you want to integrate ICE with DNA, so we are enabling features called Pixie Grid within the ICE, and then it can go and sync with DNA. Likewise, you have to enable some sort of APIs and features. So you can see other controllers here, but again, this is not full-fledged. Even in DNA, you can go and integrate with SD-WAN, but if you go and click that place, the SD-WAN vManage will open. So it's just the dashboard integration or it's the service integration that we have to check with Cisco as well. How much integration is there? How much we can do from vManage related to ACI or maybe SD-WAN or maybe some third-party vendors. vManage can work as a CA server as well, disaster recovery against some cluster related information. You can go and create VPN groups, colo groups, VPN segment, license management, resource group. Now, all these things you can do from here administration. You can see this list is too big. At least if you go and read minimum 2000 book vManage guideline or vManage book, then we'll understand all these services. Minimum 2000, that's huge this is, and nowadays it is increasing day by day. Likewise, if you go and click setting, some other thing will happen. You will get one extra page and you will see this is the setting page, and see within the setting page how many things we have. So you can go and define the organization name and vBond. If you want to change, you have this edit button, you can edit. Then alarm notification, if you want, you can enable this. You can go here and click enable. Email setting was also there. Hardware vManage certificate authorization, controller authorization. These are the automation we have. WAN is automated. Certificate revoke list is disabled. Server certificate to generate the CSR within the vManage. It's there. Enterprise level certificate. If you want to enable the ZTP services with some software version, so you have to go and define that I want to enable the ZTP services for vEdge cloud. Let me see, where is that cloud? So vEdge MIPS. And we have lab related to this, so don't worry. What it is telling that suppose if you are provisioning any new vEdge, and suppose your controller is 20 and your vEdge that you are provisioning is 18. So what this feature will do, that first of all, it will upgrade that image from 18 to 20, and then it will go and push the configuration template. So that particular vEdge device having new configuration with new image. So that's the thing it is telling, that you can go and enable. So whatever services is disabled. Later on, obviously, we'll go and check on this. If why it is doing like this, because at the moment we have integrated with CSR, and then you should have something called vEdge. Here you have the 20 dot maybe 7 or 8. So if you bring up those services, then it will push the image and then it will push the configuration template. Then the data collection, tenancy, statistical information, identity provider, hierarchical SD-WAN. In the bottom, you will see we have something called a smart account credential. Now, this is only one story, that we are onboarding the devices within the fabric. Later on, I will tell you the smart account detail story, that how it is happening. So there are two features. One is ZTP, zero touch provisioning. Although it's not 100% ZTP. And other feature we have parallelly with ZTP is PNP, plug and play. So what is happening here is this, that we know this fact that the SD-WAN VPN has started with ZTP, zero touch provisioning, for vEdge devices. Later on, when Cisco has introduced CS, so they came with same thing, but PNP, plug and play. But in that case, what is happening, that pnp.cisco.com. Some portal is there. If you are working as an enterprise customer, they will give you the access for those portals where you can log in and you can see your devices. So in the same place, you can go and create some sort of vBond controller profile. That vBond will be the parent, and the vBond that you have on-prem or over the cloud. So when any device will try to onboard here, that list is already there in that portal. So this vBond, so it will go and contact your local vBond, and local vBond will go and contact to the global vBond where you have your smart account connected with that device's license, serial number, etc. Actually, the serial number of that device, and then from here to here to here, it will get authenticated that the device that you are deploying within the premises having valid information is coming via such certificate, such serial number. Then this vBond will allow this particular device to join the fabric. So if we are doing via the PNP, plug and play option, we will see that later on. The theory part of this we will see. PNP and these things. Even here you can see that we have this IPS signature update, means very much Cisco is making everything software specific as well. So once you go and use all those SD-WAN features, capability, you go and install everything in the premises, then if you want to increase the number of IPS signature, they will charge you. If you want to increase something, they will tell you have to pay this. If you want some extra umbrella features, they will tell you, okay, you have to pay this. So it's like that. It's pure business, right? And then you have vAnalytic. vAnalytic is nothing but you can go and monitor your device uptime, your top talkers, your highly utilized applications, your device rebooted, so health informations and all. So if you have some license that you can go and launch the vAnalytics, it is nothing but some sort of monitoring tool which will give you some limited amount of information related to health, network uptime, applications. Then again, they have created this workflow. Now this workflow is, I think I have seen this workflow in DNA as well, but later on Cisco will go and add more and more things related to workflow. Quick connect, software upgrade, configure teleworker devices, rapid site configuration, custom configuration group, and means some sort of help you will get if you go. So it'll tell select the upgrade device, select this, go next, CH1, start software upgrade, single attempt download and install. See, this is just the workflow, install and activate reboot. But it is telling that is not wrong selection. I don't have any downloadable file install. Single attempt, remote server vManage. And this. Now you can see this process and all. Check my upgrade task, go to device. So they are creating some predefined steps in the workflow as well. Later on, you'll see more and more workflows will be added. So this was the complete vManage dashboard walkthrough, but it's not completed because I haven't logged into individual places and I have explained you about that. So I told you earlier that this is SD-WAN dashboard, but within this dashboard you have dashboard. So what does it mean? If you go to monitor and devices, so oops, so once you go here you can see all these device lists, and suppose I want to know more about this particular DCVH1, so I can click here. Now within SD-WAN dashboard I am inside this device dashboard, so I can go and see all the information related to DC1 VH1 in the graphical manner. So I can go and check some SAEI operations, interface tracker, QoS, FIC recovery. These are some advanced things. Actually, this is SD-WAN. forward error correction recovery rate, SSL proxy, application aware QoE, TCP optimization, DRE optimization. These optimizations that you are seeing here, this is something that you should see more and more in the SD-WAN devices, and plus the security. So WAN, the T-lock, the tunnels, if you have some virtual image installed, then you can go and check about the firewalls, all firewall features. Then in the bottom, we have troubleshooting page where we have nice animation and graphics. You can go and simulate some dummy traffic as well. So you can go and simulate the flow. If I have some destination IP, I don't have any destination IP. What IP should I take as destination? For example, 10 dot 3 dot 10 dot maybe 2, and then you can choose the application. See, these many applications you choose for which you want to um, dummy that particular traffic simulation. Let me go and choose one. RTP, something RTP is there. Trying to type, but this type is not taking, and these don't have filter option. But okay, let me go and scroll down. Maybe I'll go and use FTP. Where are you? FTP. Somewhere we can go and yeah, here it is. Click simulate. So it will tell you that this is data center VSDC1, and to reach to FTP service, maybe this is some branch IP. It is using MPLS in out, internet in out, MPLS in out. So to reach to that particular destination, it can go via 4 path to reach to the FTP application. And if you are not using any application, you just wanted to check the ping reachability. So ping reachability is also the same. This is the default behavior that you want to change later on, right? And you can see that you have app route visualization, you have tunnel health visualization, then you have connectivity troubleshooting, you can ping, you can trace route. So if I go here and if I give the destination over VPN 10, this interface, and if I want to trace routes, to see it is, let me do one more trace. It's going like this. It will tell you the delays in between, what is the path. So from DC, it is going to some other DC gateway, then gateway, and then these are the trace. So nice visualization we have, but it's like so many things. You can go and check the tunnels. You can go and check the security if you have installed this firewall and URL filtering, which is there by default. Means in this lab it is there. You can check the VPN dashboard. You can go and check the multi-cloud dashboard. You can go and check the geographical location of the devices. Okay. Likewise, your task is that you can go and click these places and you understand more and more. Later on, obviously, we are going to work more on the template policies and even security as well. So you will understand. And I'll show you the SaaS and infra as a service as well in the upcoming days. So this was the session related to basics of basic configuration and the vManage dashboard tool. If you have any question, please feel free to ask.